Welcome. In today's video, I want to focus on how to bridge the gap when manifesting your preferred desired reality. In other words, how you assume your new preferred reality, or you can say how to assume the wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard says. So let's dive into this topic. If you're manifesting and you are trying to manifest, create that preferred reality, that dream, that wish that you have, if you're trying, guess what? You're creating the gap. You're creating the gap between where you are and where you want to be. And this gap is responsible for not actually witnessing it in your reality. Why? Because we can only manifest what we are vibrational match to. Therefore, you have to become it before you even see it. You have to merge with that unseen reality before it's being manifested in your 3D reality, right? And that is the biggest paradox in manifestation. You have to trust and know that it's being manifested even though you don't see it in 3D. Therefore, rule number one is to ignore your 3D reality. Ignore your 3D circumstances. It doesn't matter what you see around you, because what you see around you is just a reflection of yourself, your old self. You are no longer that version of you because you have already shifted. We are constantly shifting and you have already shifted. Therefore, you are now watching this video. Because we are living in physical universe, if you will, physical reality, third dimension, if you will, things take time, right? Different density than in 5D. And therefore, it takes time to manifest it. Now, in order for you to see it in your reality, you have to be aligned with the new version of you. This is important. Therefore, the self-concepts is so important, right? The fastest way to assume your new reality is basically through self-concept. Your self-concept consists of beliefs and ideas that you believe about yourself. These are ideas that are coming from you, your subconscious mind, oftentimes. It's also called paradigm, but oftentimes this paradigm, this set of beliefs and ideas about you, is also influenced by other people. So oftentimes these projections from other people are contributing to your self-concept. And so whenever you look at yourself and you believe that you cannot do this or that, it is because you have this kind of self-concept. So the fastest way to actually assume that new reality is really changing your identity, shifting your identity, changing your self-concept. The question is, how do we change the self-concept? How do you shift your identity from that identity that you have right now? Because the outside reality will always reflect back to you who you are. That's the mirror principle. I made a video on this. I'm going to link it here for you. Check it out. Once you understand the mirror principle, then you will understand that if you're trying to change the outside reality, you're wasting your time. You can change the outside reality by actually shifting your inner world first. In other words, your self-concept, meaning your identity. So we shift the identity simply. I'm going to ask you a question. You can write it down. Let's say you want to manifest money, okay? Or you want to manifest relationship. I'm going to give you a question. What do I believe about myself right now in this moment that I cannot have this thing right now? What do I believe about myself that I am not worthy of my dream partner right now? What do I believe about myself? Why can't I manifest whatever it is? Fill in the blank. What do you believe about you right now? And write it down and dig deep. Because the moment you uncover what it is, what is it that is blocking you? What is that perception about yourself? You can start changing it. You can start rewriting it. The moment you actually clear these blocks, these beliefs, these limitations about you, what you are capable of or not, will be the moment that's going to set you free. Why? Because the truth is you are unlimited being that can do, be, have anything you want. Anything. And we are this infinite potential that is being realized through this persona, avatar, if you will, in this sort of simulation. It's up to you what you choose, because you have free will and you can choose to live abundant life, meaning you can have it all in every area of your life, or you can choose to suffer. This is optional. It took me a long time to come to this conclusion, because I used to think that I have to work so hard to be wealthy. I have to work so hard to find the one, to manifest the one. I have to do this and that. I have these conditions that I put on myself. Actually, not myself, that self concept that I had about myself. And one day I realized that actually, no, I'm worthy of love because I exist, because who I am. And who I am, truly who I am, is this infinite potential that is connected to higher power, that is connected to God. And through me, through my talents, through my gifts, through my existence, this God source is being realized. So you cannot actually put any condition, because you deserve to have it all, because you exist. There is no condition. So once I understood, like, I removed these conditions immediately, and I started to feel worthy. And the moment I started to feel worthy was the moment when I was able to attract my love, my husband. By the way, I have a new program coming called Queen of Hearts. This is for those who want to manifest the one. And it's going to be a beautiful program. I'm going to link it below in description. 3, how do we assume this new reality without forcing it? This is important. I want you to imagine that there are infinite possibilities right now. Infinite. Meaning, there is a version of you right now in this moment in parallel universe, or in the parallel reality, if you will, that is already living that dream life. And because this version of you already exists, what we have to do is to believe in this possibility. Why is this important? Let's say with your income, you want 10 times more money than you are making right now. Or maybe you don't even own an apartment and you want to suddenly own a beautiful $1 million house. These are like big shifts in reality, in 3D material reality. I am absolutely not saying it's not possible, because I am someone who came from nothing and was able to manifest living in 2 multi-million-dollar houses. So why not? You can absolutely do it. You can absolutely achieve it. The bottom line is this: if you start believing in that possibility, it's going to be easier to align with that preferred reality than jump straight to affirming that you want to manifest $1 million house, or that you want to manifest 10 times more money this month than last month. The idea is alignment. This is important. Align with the new reality. How do we align? We align when we assume that new reality. Assuming means accepting. Accepting it's already done in this moment. Done. Not one day in the future, but right now. That means to assume this new reality. And this also means to live in the end. It's the same thing. Neville Goddard talks about that. So assume equals live in the end equals accept it's already done. And therefore I told you about the parallel universe, because there are versions of you right now in these parallel realities right now that is already experiencing that preferred reality. So I want you to tune into that possibility that it is there, it already exists. And when I say tune into, that means A, you believe me that it's already done. B, you start feeling it because you already believe me, then you start feeling it that it's already done and you are living in that parallel reality and you already have it in this moment. And C, this is important, whenever you get inspiration to act certain way, you take that aligned action. You take that aligned action. The aligned action means it's aligned with the new reality. For example, if you're a business owner and you want to 10x your income, you will take aligned action that comes from your higher self. And this is usually in form of inspiration, right? Or this idea, sudden idea that might feel uncomfortable. You have to understand, like, this divine guidance is coming in the form of inspiration, right? But oftentimes it feels uncomfortable for your old self or for your ego, right? So pay attention, because I don't know what is going to be the action for you. Everyone has different action to take. And I call it aligned action because it's aligned with that new version of you, your future self, it's not even future self, it's actually your present self in the parallel reality. Maybe the idea looks like start your YouTube channel. Maybe it looks like start running your ads, even though you don't know how to do it. Maybe the idea looks like go on this conference, go and do that. Like, I don't know, whatever that is, you know that in your heart, you know you meant to do that. Maybe the idea, if you're single, is to sign up for that course I told you that I'm launching. I don't know what that idea is for you, but we have to take that action, because in 3D reality, we materialize these things that we want from the invisible through taking action. Sometimes we don't have to take action, of course, sometimes it's not required, but oftentimes in 3D material reality, it is connected with taking action. So you do that, and I promise you, you will manifest whatever that is that you want. And lastly, important point, just because you don't see it yet doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's happening, it's coming, it's aligning. It is happening behind the scenes. Remember, you are co-creating with the field, with the universe, with source. You're not the only one who is creating it. So trust, this important trust. And to fully trust is to actively trust. Means that even though it's not happening in 3D, even though I don't see it in the bank account, even though I am not seeing my partner in front of me, it's still happening. And you will be tested. Trust me, you will be tested. Always, we are being tested. And if you can sustain that frequency of it's already here, and I have it and it's mine, it will manifest. Absolutely will manifest. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.